When Jordyn isn't focused.
I'm not supposed to swear, probably.
You can swear. It's
There's
stable.
too many reasons to name why I'm out here.
Deb, why are you out here today?
Well, there are many things that's going on in our country that need to stop. And as you can see, we're going to have over 700 people here who believe the same thing. I'm here because I'm full-blooded indigenous, and I do not like what is going on with my people.
He's taking away all of our rights, and all the rights we fought so long and hard for, especially as LGBTQ people, especially my trans friends. I can't stand by and let the rights that they fought so hard for disappear. I come from a long line of veterans who are losing services. What was it this week? Meals on Wheels went, Peace Corps yesterday, what else? It's so hard, you can't keep up.
Yeah.
You can't keep up with the destruction, and it's got to stop.
I don't understand how you can look at all the shit that they've been doing and support it. I don't see a point or a reason for you to not be angry right now.
I'm just stunned and totally dismayed by the things that our government's doing. I really appreciate the town of Hartford. I worked here through retirement, and I think this is a really crazy time in our government. I mean, it's scary. And so this is an opportunity to show up and do something, and that's why.
I mean, I'm a grad student at Dartmouth, so there's been a lot of attacks on science in general, but also just a lot of personal, like being queer and whatnot. So many things all over the place being attacked right now. Just wanted to be a part of this and be a part of that, rising up against that.
Well, looking around at everybody's signs and talking to folks, I actually think what underlies all of it is a lack of control. Like, people don't have a way to act on their good ideas. There's nothing that pulls all of this together for them. Voting Democrat or voting Republican led us to this. It doesn't represent their interests. They want the VA to be funded. They want research to be funded. They want to protect our national parks. They want, a future for themselves and their families. And what is the way forward for that? Well, I think it's a workers' party, and it would actually allow people who voted for Trump and people who voted for the Democrats to have a unified voice, because people want that. People are angry and people are scared.
So what did Mommy say we were doing here? Why did we come?
Because we have to report the stink bug from the rabbit.
Yeah. So we have the Marlon Bundo book at home. So she was asking what people were cheering. So I was explaining who Donald Trump is. And in that book, he is a stink bug. So we were talking about that we could say the stink bug has got to go because it's really bigger than one person. It's anybody who's being a stink bug, right?
If anybody in this world could fight over the stink bug and get it out of Marlon Bundo.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And we should let bunnies love bunnies, right?
Yes.
Whoever people love is who they love.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of the states love him.
Yeah.
But it's not the stink bug.
Yeah.
He makes bad rules.
I'd say we're out here because it's important for people to see their elected officials at protests as well. I mean, we have only a monicum of more power than any individual citizen. So it's difficult for us to even fight back against the things that are happening. But I would say the main issues that brought me out today was the fact that we're seeing massive federal cuts, and that's having deep impacts on Vermonters, both nonprofits and our state government and the functioning of state government. And then there's the way we're treating illegal, I wouldn't consider them illegal immigrants, but that's the term that's kind of bandied about, but underdocumented folks and how they're being snatched by ICE, and then they're using the Burlington Airport or St. Albans. Like, there is stuff happening in Vermont.
The St. Albans detention. But also we're here for our economy because Vermont's economy is being hammered both by the tariffs and our trade challenges.
The other group that we're really worried about are folks in the LGBTQIA plus community, and particularly trans folks. And we're calling on the governor and others to make sure that we're being deliberate about when we're fighting back. I think what we've heard from the governor is, I don't want to weigh in yet, I don't want to be targeted, but our people are being targeted right now. So we need to have more of a presence and a voice as a state saying it's wrong. And I'm so grateful that we're in Hartford because the turnout is fantastic. And it seems like every issue is being covered.
What are some ways that you're hoping folks in this crowd will show up for Queer Youth After today?
Every single day, use their correct pronouns, accept them for who they are, support them, believe them, protect them at their schools, vote, show up. To show up to every goddamn thing. The queers are getting tired of having to do this ourselves, so show up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, one more thing, and dance.
As a parent, why did you feel it was important to bring your young child? I'm assuming this is your kid and that you didn't just steal her. Yeah. Why do you feel it was important to bring Havah out here today?
Well, I think I wanted Havah to know that democracy is a verb and that it's important that we all participate in how our rules are made and how our country is governed. And trying to explain what government is to a 3-year-old is a tricky thing, but we talked about that we all collectively decide what is allowed to happen and what's not allowed to happen, and that when you don't participate, other people make those decisions for you, and they don't always feel good, and it's not always aligned with what you believe, which we believe everybody deserves peace and access to clean water and food, and to believe what they believe, and to love who they love, and to make choices with their bodies.
Well, do you have anything to add while we have a camera on you guys?
Well, my family and me chose to. Everybody in this world really knows me.
Yeah, we love everybody in the world, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here today, Havah.
I love your sign.
Yeah, your sign is incredible. Will you show it to us?
Sure. She worked on it this morning and she said, it means that anybody who wants to come to our house has an invitation.
I love that.
Yeah. It's
All right.
a very meta idea.
Do you want to tell me about the sign you're holding?
Yep, sign says public health over private wealth because I think they're gutting our public health care programs and getting tax cuts for the wealthy. They've been cutting programs left and right, trying to get, $40 trillion so that Trump can pass these tax cuts that he's just proposed in Congress to give $40 billion for the rich. So again, wealth transfer from all of us, programs that benefit all of us going to the wealthy. I think we just need more economic justice in this country. I think everything that Trump is doing is only going to benefit the top 5% of people in this country. And all the other attacks on other marginalized groups, I think, are smoke and mirrors to get some support for his base. But really, this is for the wealthy, everything that he's doing, and hopefully we can make it stop.
We're out here with the group Upper Valley for Palestine, and we just wanted to make sure that there was some representation for Palestinian liberation out here where everyone is voicing so many opinions, and just wanted to remind folks that all of our struggles are interconnected, and the genocide in Palestine is being funded with our dollars.
The U.S. is the primary financial supporter of Israel and the genocide of Palestinians. And if we stop the flow of money to Israel, we can stop the genocide from happening or limit its effectiveness.
Specifically, I'm looking for more than 15 votes from the U.S. Senate. Senator Sanders had a bill the other day to block bombs, military aid to Israel. He got 15 votes. 15 fucking votes is all he could come up with to halt bombs that are daily raining down death, 60,000 civilian deaths in Gaza. Hundreds every week, hundreds every day, actually. Children buried in rubble. We've leveled Gaza. And we need to free Gaza. We need to say no to genocide. We need to come up with more than 15 votes from the U.S. Senate to block genocide, to block military aid to Israel. If the Democratic Party can't find its nuts, who can? That's why I'm here.
Both the U.S. and Israel are settler colonial projects, and we have to fight both of them at the same time in order to support the most vulnerable people in Palestine.
Are there other actions that you're maybe hoping people will take, or ways you're hoping people will get involved after today?
Strike. Go on strike.
Yeah, if possible.
If you don't have a union, form a union. They can't fire you for unionizing.
Historically, one of the ways people did that is through unions. You know, labor unions, all different industries and different sizes. People who are working class could get their needs and their wants expressed together, and they have delegates and they have representatives. But in today's day and age, that just sort of dissipates because the unions aren't expressing the power that they wield, which is the power of the working class.
Strikes could help, but yeah, we also just have to flip people in Republican districts too. We need Republican senators to flip against the current regime. As long as they're in lockstep, it doesn't feel like there's anything within the legal system we can do. And in that case, we have to resort to strikes.
Yeah. Talk to your senators, talk to your representatives, talk to your friends, talk to your neighbors that you aren't friends with. I think, yeah.
You know, as long as there's this sort of discontent and this sort of seething rage, which has no other outlet, there is the opportunity for organizing, you know, en masse, and for people to talk to each other and to actually, you know, find a way to you know, flex their working class muscles. And yeah, if you look to history, it's the general strike for sure. Mm-hmm.
What are you hoping that folks will do after today? Like, what are you hoping they're...
Well, I want them to sign up with local grassroots organizations. Indivisible has a call every Thursday afternoon. Last Thursday there were 6,000 people, and they'll get action items like call your senator and congressperson about XYZ. People have to continue to march, and I think just the solidarity, you know, to give people a sense they are not alone in working on all this stuff.
I just hope people will stay involved, maybe get involved in some sort of a local group where they can not feel alone. It's a little scary out here right now. As a woman, as an indigenous person, even being on the bus alone sometimes is a little scary right now. So knowing that there are other people out here that are like-minded is very, very good for my peace of mind.
I think people should join their local SRA, Socialist Rifle Association. I think if there's a mutual aid group near you, you should join that too. And yeah, just remember to like love your friends and stuff and keep them safe, and don't let anybody scare you, because it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay, for real.
It's very nice to see all of us out here getting together. More of us need to do this. Our voices do matter.
It's really hopeful to see all of these people out here, you know, expressing themselves to the best of their ability. And I think next step is to actually, you know, organize in the workplace and to have discussions where they look to history and recognize, yeah, we have power, and it's more than holding signs. It's getting together and withholding our labor. You know, it's a strike.
Anything else that you want to say while there's a camera on you?
Let me see. Yes, I have a poem for Trump and Musk. Okay, you ready?
I'm so ready.
It's full of foul language. Is that okay?
We're cable access. You can say anything.
Okay, here we go. Snickles and podes, ribbles and groads. That's what I wish you. A Knox in the Groot, a root in the Stoot, and a gawk in the Frobisher too. Don't show your face around any place, or you'll get one flack snack in the bave. Keep out of sight, for fear that I might glum you a gravely snave. I hope this Secret Service doesn't come after me now.
Is that Shakespearean?
No.
Did you make that up?
No.
Who wrote that?
I don't know. I learned it from a wonderful man from Springfield named John Kachalka. It's good. I taught it to my students for when they had angry days. Instead of getting in trouble and cursing, it was on the board and they could say snickles and podes. And they would usually get that far. So that's what I'm sending to Trump and Musk. That's my angry message to them.
Thank you for talking to us.
Okay, thank you for talking to me.
Yeah.
Let's see.